very often in your exam, one of the things that you have to do, you have to deal with a graph. You have to draw it, you have to be able to read it and understand it in order to answer the question. So let's see. Paul O'Donovan and Fintan McCartney are Irish rowers. They won a gold medal in 2020 Olympic Games. The course they raced on was 2,000 meters in length. The following table showed their time since the start of the race as they pass various markers at a set distance along the course. Their time is in seconds and the distance are measured in meters. So we can see that it's 0 meters, 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. And therefore then we have appropriate time that each stage took them. Draw a graph of their progress in the race on the grid below. You may assume that the rate of rowing was constant in between the markers. Now, you may read that sentence and think, I don't know really what they mean. But what they really mean when they are saying that the rate of rowing was constant between the markers, so between these markers, the constant rate of rowing means the rate means the slope. That's what it means. So the slope was constant between each marker. Now, they are not saying that along all the markers, but between the markers it was constant. But anyway, even if we didn't catch it, that's okay. We focus on our points. So 0, 0, so obviously that's where they started. Now, the difficulty here is to make it as accurate as possible. That's the problem. So when you have 500, you don't have 78.6 that you can mark. All of that is 50. Now, in the middle of that will be 75, isn't it? Between 50 and 175 will be that middle point. So it will be a little bit above middle, isn't it? Then from 1000 is 182. So again, 175 will be in the middle. So 180 will be again a little bit now more above the middle. Then 1,500, 261. So we have that's 250. In the middle is going 275. So that means 260 will be somewhere lower here. And then 2,000, 366. So again, a little bit above. And then we join the line. It's not going to be perfectly straight line. It is going to vary a little bit. Okay, now in the next two parts, we have to use the graph to answer, what happened here, to answer the question. Let me just make that slightly bigger here for us to see. So we have to use the graph to estimate how much time had passed when they have traveled 750 meters from the start. So I'm estimating what time. So they gave me the distance. So I'm looking for the distance. Let's just move that graph a little bit so we can read that slightly better. So we are looking at the distance at what? 750. So distance where will be 750. So that's 1,500. No, 750. So that will be that middle between 500 and 1,000. So we go to our line and then we go across to read that value. Now, the value we should be reading here is about 130 seconds, yeah, because a little bit more than half of that. Then the next part, how far? So now we are looking for distance. So our answer will be on this axis. Therefore, they give us the time. So how far did they travel during minute 5 of the race? So minute 5 lasted 60 seconds. So that's what they mean. So during that 60 seconds of that minute 5. But they are very good because they are saying what they mean is between 240 and 300 seconds. So this is the two values we need to find. 240. So again, 240, and we go across and down to read the value. And then the second one, 300. So 300. So again, this is an estimation. This is about 1,300. This is about 1,650. So if I find the difference between the two values, so about 350 meters, that's what they did between the two. But like I'm saying, this is all estimate. This is around these values that we should be getting answer here. The key is to do a really good graph. What I will advise in the exam, you can take the ruler, and basically here, let's turn that ruler around. And I know my ruler is not like the one in real life. You use the ruler to kind of measure the difference between, now I know my ruler is not sugar, is not the same as the ruler in real life, and now it got slightly too big. The point is that we can measure those distances and make it a little bit more accurate, those points. In ordinary level, that's actually a pretty important part, doing your graph as accurate as possible.